All right, we're bringing you our fourth and final segment here, which is going to be about news around the league, just what's going on right now, and some things to talk about here, and what's going on with that. So let's get it. Let's get it started here. The first one. This broke while I was on stream, so I'm doing it now so I don't forget about it. That's Jung-Hoo Lee. He is not going to play in the Giants Cactus League game tomorrow, as he's dealing with some minor side soreness, and the Giants are going to be extra careful with him and make sure there's not something serious, which I don't think it will be. It seems like it's minor side soreness, so he won't be in the lineup. Obviously, it's not a great start to his tenure in the Bay, but it's not a big deal. Again, players get injured all the time, even for little things in spring training. I am talking about just because he did have some injury risks back in Korea that were brought to our attention when he was posted and was in talks with a lot of teams. So, you don't want this to become a trend for Jung-Hoo Lee after giving him a 6-year contract. If you're the Giants, you don't want him to, get injured and kind of be injury prone, of course. So, just something there, but I don't think it's a big deal. I think it'll just be something that goes away, but I thought it was notable to talk about. First, the Reds. They've made some nice moves over the past day or so. Mike Ford and Tony Kemp have signed with them. Both good additions, both good depth additions. Mike Ford especially, I think, is nice. Had a pretty good season with the Mariners last year, surprisingly. Got a minor league deal with the Reds. I think provides good depth in the first base DH position. Maybe can fill out the Joey Votto role that is not going to be there because Votto left, of course, and is probably not coming back. We don't really know, but So I like the Mike Ford addition. I think it's a nice MILB deal for the Reds. Brings some nice depth to first base and DH. Tony Kemp as well I thought was really nice. Brings some nice middle infield depth. Not that the Reds need any more middle infielders, believe me. But it's nice depth and it's a nice signing. I know a good amount of teams were interested in him actually, so good for the Reds to get him. Next, the Red Sox. We have some news about them, and it is apparently that they are prioritizing Jordan Montgomery over other free agents, and they want him, but they're waiting for his price to come down. Now, I don't think this is a big shocker to anyone. I think from what we've seen in the offseason, the Red Sox were definitely prioritizing Jordan Montgomery just because he made the most sense. His wife's in Boston. He lives in Boston in the offseason, apparently. The Red Sox need pitching. I think there's mutual interest for Montgomery and the Red Sox, but obviously Montgomery is not signed yet, and I think his market's going to have to come down for someone to sign him because, it's spring training games are in day number 2, and he's still not signed, and we don't even think he's close to signing as well. So, I think it will be a good signing for the Red Sox, of course. I'm a big fan of Monty. I think he's a really good player, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see where he goes. I'm excited to see where all the guys go. Get some news in this, and I'll have some more stuff to talk about, of course. It makes sense that the Red Sox prioritizing him. He's going to be cheaper, of course, than Blake Snell, which the Red Sox probably definitely want. So, would be a big fan of Jordan Montgomery to the Red Sox and what's going to happen with that. And, looking forward to seeing if it gets done and seeing what the eventual price is for Montgomery and who signs him. I still really have no idea. If you want to see my other videos on Jordan Montgomery, I'm sure there's a few on there about me talking about the free agents and rumors going on with them. So feel free to check those out. The playlist at the end of this video, baseball playlist will be at the end in the end screen. So we can watch that. You can click on that and see all my videos and the other videos from the baseball podcast as well. But the racing videos are mine. So you can check it out. Next, some nice depth move for the Mariners here. They signed Brian Anderson to a minor league deal. Anderson is most known for his days in Miami, where he was one of the better players on a fading Miami team that had traded a bunch of players and was kind of looking for an identity, was kind of rebuilding. So he was always good on those teams, kind of known as the only good player. Kind of faded over the past few years and got non-tendered last year. Went to the Brewers, was okay. Signed a minor league deal now with the Mariners, of course. So I think it's something to watch. I think it's a nice depth move for the Mariners. Sorry about that. I think it's it's good for the Mariners to bring him in, bring some nice depth to third base in the middle infield. And if he can get a little bit of what he was in Miami, I think it's a nice move for the Mariners. And nice to prioritize getting players like this, like Brian Anderson, who are on MILB deals but have shown proven success in the major leagues. And what's going to happen with him. And I like the... sorry about that again. Hopefully that goes away. And a nice move for the Mariners. Also, Vladimir Gutierrez played with the Reds the past few years. Just a nice depth pitching signing for the Mariners. Nothing really else to say here. Just good depth signing for the Mariners with good pitching. They have a lot of good pitchers, but you can always use more depth, and I think Gutierrez is nice depth. Austin Nola, he went to the Royals. He signed a big league deal with the Brewers this year, but after the Gary Sanchez signing became official, the Brewers let him go to seek other opportunities, and that's what he did, immediately signing with the Royals. Brings some nice catching depth to that young Royals team. Brings some nice veteran appearances behind Salvador Perez, Freddie Fermin, MJ Melendez if he does play the catcher position. Just a nice, good, solid veteran backup for the Royals. I like what he brings, and I think it was a good signing for them. And a good move in general. So, nothing else to say there. I think it was a good move for the Royals, and I like the moves they made, and I especially like the depth move they made here with bringing in Mr. Austin Nola. Sorry, we're going to take another swig of the water. Albert Pujols next on the agenda. I talked about him yesterday, but I didn't get the full story, so I wanted to touch on it a little bit more. So yesterday I talked about how he was going to be the manager of a Lee Doom team in Dominican Winter Ball. And not just that, he wants also to be a manager in the MLB. He told ESPN that he hopes this will give him experience and what it needs to be a manager, and he's hoping to become a manager in the future for a major league team. I don't think that's impossible. Definitely not. I mean, Albert Pujols is one of the best hitters of all time in baseball history, one of the greatest players in baseball history, especially if you look at just primes of baseball, how good he was in his prime with the Cardinals. I think he's definitely up there with greatest prime of all time. But yeah, like I've said before on this show, I'm always a fan of former players getting involved in the teams and getting involved in the upstairs part of it, and that part. And I think him being a manager would be a nice move for any team if he gets the experience. Of course, he knows a lot about baseball, but also that, it's also, I think, very impactful for players. Very, they want to play under a legend like Albert Pujols. I mean, if I was a major league player, I'd sure want to play under Albert Pujols, get wisdom from him. I know he knows what he's talking about. You can also say it to the fact that I studied under Albert Pujols, who's one of the greatest players of all time. So, yeah, I think it'd definitely be interesting if he's going to be a major league manager in the future, and I think it's something to look out for. He's a very smart guy. He's done TV before. He knows what he's talking about, knows what he's doing. So, I think it's something to look for if Pujols does become a manager. Finally, we had to end it off on what else but the jersey fiasco with MLB. I don't know how to put this in the most PG of terms, and I'm going to try. The pants that Fanatics has made for the MLB season and their new jerseys, they're see-through. So you can see through the pants and see things that are under the pants, if you know what I mean a little bit. It's not... it's not very good, not a very good look for MLB, and Fanatics especially. I think the jersey thing has been really all throughout the season, just what's been going on with that. Fans that first of all hated the lettering on the jersey and just the new numbers and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of, overthinking it. The jerseys were really good before. Why are you messing with them? I don't understand. So, it's just kind of been really weird to watch what's going on this spring training with the jerseys, and this is just another addition to it. It's just embarrassing for baseball, in my opinion. Rob Manfred has to make some sort of statement saying, this is unacceptable. Either we're going to cut ties with Fanatics and it just didn't work out, we wish them the best, or the fact that we're going to try to build upon this and try to make the jerseys better and the pants better. It's just not a great look for MLB with what's going on right now. So, yeah, just the whole jersey thing. Started off with the lettering and I'm now going with this with see-through pants. It's just crazy to me how Major League Baseball can still do this. And, yeah, it's just not great. And hoping MLB fixes it because it's kind of putting a damper on what should be an exciting season. There's so many fans distracted by the jerseys and just that whole situation with what's going on with it. So, yeah, just to recap a little bit, I talked about Mike Ford and Tony Kemp, them going to the Reds. I like the depth signings for the Reds and what it means for them, what it means for the team going into next year. The Red Sox and Jordan Montgomery, I think it makes so much sense on paper. Should have happened already with how much sense it does make and where the Red Sox want to be. They need to sign a guy like Jordan Montgomery, and prioritizing him makes sense. If you can get his price down to a really great price and kind of a lot less than what you were expecting because of the way his market has fallen, I think that would be a great move by them and a great decision to make. I like the Brian Anderson depth move for the Mariners. If he can regain his form back in Miami, I think it'll be a really good move. And I just think it's nice depth for the Mariners, and I think these are some moves smart organizations do. Same with Austin Nola. I like what he brings to the Royals' young team and a veteran presence, especially at the backstop position. So, yeah. Albert Pujols and him being a manager, I would love to see that in the future. Love to see if that does come to fruition for him and see what happens there. And that will be very exciting if you are a baseball fan. And finally, the jerseys, of course. We have to talk about them, how embarrassing they have been, and just what's going on with that and what the image looks like for Major League Baseball and how that is affecting them and affecting their fan base. So, before we end, we're going to touch up on the final end of the spring training games. Derek Hill has hit a double for the Rangers. It is now 4-2 in the bottom of the fifth. We have Davis Wensdell up against the Royals with man on second and third for the Rangers, hoping to add to that lead. Still 6-1 Cubs. Nothing's happened since the second inning. The Padres have a run, but the Dodgers scored another. It is 3-1 Dodgers. Freddie Freeman just got another run in on a sacrifice fly, so that's good. He's off to a nice start. It's 1-0 Rockies. Alheris Montero hit a solo home run and broke the tie here, so that game's getting a little more exciting, I guess. And, well, yeah, if you're a baseball fan, I'd say watch these games today. I'm not sure when this is going to be up, so I'm not sure if they'll be done yet. But, yeah, they're exciting, and it's exciting that baseball's finally going on. And we have some more stuff to talk about, and I'm really looking forward to the season. So I want to thank you so much for watching the GSMC Baseball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support has meant a lot, and I'm hoping to start my second week off with this with some news. So come on, baseball, give me some news over the weekend. Yeah, follow us everywhere. We have content: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. Yeah, thank you for supporting the show. Thanks for supporting the network, and it is really appreciated. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on Monday. So thanks, and bye.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go.